Hey guys, just wanted to jump on here real quick. Again, welcome to the page, Burroughs Motivation. Definitely, if this is your first time being here, we definitely say, thank you for stopping in. Definitely like, share, and subscribe the other videos and this video as well. And subscribe so you can get the notifications for the upcoming videos that are going to be posted throughout the week. And definitely comment. Comments are good. It gives me the opportunity to have a little bit of back and forth with you guys. And I definitely do appreciate the feedback. Definitely share. So if you feel like somebody else would get some inspiration or get some thinking points from this or these particular videos, definitely feel free to share those as well. So again, just wanted to get started. This morning, I was out and about doing my thing, had a really good walk, and so I had to run to the grocery store. I had to make a decision, and it's all going to make sense here soon. I had to make a decision this morning. I was like, okay, do I really bad and get something I don't need to eat, or do I, take a couple extra steps, take a couple extra minutes to do the right thing? And I went ahead and I did the right thing with a little bit of a twist. So I gave myself a little bit of reward for the work I've been doing lately. So I'm going through the grocery store, doing my thing, picking up the items that I need, realize, I need to get a little bit of Splenda. Not a lot, but a little bit of Splenda. I have stevia at home as well. And so I stopped, turned around, went back, and I'm just waltzing, doing my thing in my own head. But being mindful, because, some people are wearing masks, some people are not. I'm just being mindful and, social distancing, keeping my distance. And this guy stops me. Now, mind you, I'm paying attention to what I'm doing and paying attention to what's going on around me so I don't make anybody else feel uncomfortable. But he decides to stop me and have a conversation with me and is like, hey, do you realize you're going the wrong way? I'm surprised nobody's called you out yet. I'm like, I look at the floor, I see the arrow signs that I am going in the wrong direction, but I'm like, okay, not really bothering anybody. I'm just doing my thing. So, I'd like to say it sort of frazzled me, but it sort of didn't, because at the same time, I was just like, whatever, dude, we're at the grocery store getting our stuff. You mind your business, I'll mind mine. But apparently he couldn't stand that, so he had to try to call me out. And I'm like, there's so many things I wanted to say, and I was thinking at that moment. And literally, I was really thinking, my give a damn is busted. That's on aisle 12. I don't really, whatever. I don't care. I'm still being mindful and being respectful. But it took every ounce of my well-being and to just subdued my quick wit to come back with a really funky response. But I didn't do it. I just said, I got nothing. I apologize, but I'm just going to get my stuff and go. And I walked off. So the funny thing is that in that moment, that gentleman wanted to point out my flaw. Okay. And the funny thing is that he broke a rule, if you will, of social distancing and, getting all close. So I'm just like, you know what? Before you try to call somebody out, clean up on your own house, man. And that's sort of the message of this whole story. The other day I posted something about that. But, if you're wanting to really do the right thing and you're going to focus on you. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Don't worry about what's going on or who's doing what. The person that's going to control the results that you get is you and your effort. That's it. If you don't do the work, you can't expect the results. And sometimes the work is going to be harder. And, in that situation with that gentleman, I was justified to say something smart. I was justified to be a real jerk and say something, but I didn't do it because what good was it going to do? At the end of the day, when I left the grocery store, I will probably never see this guy again. I don't go to that particular store very often. But, it's really close to the house and it's just convenient. So, but I don't really go there that often. So it really, doesn't matter. It's so you got to remember those things when you're doing the work or you're seeing other people's results, you're seeing other people's successes or whatever. Focus on what you're doing. Run your own race. You don't know what struggles somebody else has gone through in order to get to where they are. Sometimes you do know what struggles they've gone through, and you realize you haven't done half of what they've done to get to where they are right now. So just knuckle up and get ready for the fight, or just the simple fact of you've got to change your own mindset of, what, it's going to be a long road, and I'm not going to check the results every 5 minutes. Just keep your head down and work. Just keep your head down and do the work. So many people get stuck with, you want to throw a seed in the ground, you walk inside, go grab a glass of water, and then you come back outside, you look at the ground, you're like, where's my results? I was like, dude, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Once you throw the seed in the ground, that's only half of it. It's got to germinate. You've got to water it. You got to grow it. You got to fertilize it. It's going to succumb. Some seeds are going to be succumb to the elements. Some seeds are going to get dug up by the birds. Some seeds are actually going to take root. Some of them are going to take root and then come up and then stop growing. We cannot control that. The only thing that you can control is the things that you have control of. And that is your work. That is doing the work to tend to the seeds that you put into the ground. So a lot of times I'll make lots of references to farming, to cars, and to the insurance world, because that's where I'm at right now. And in the insurance world, getting a lot of people started, getting a lot of agents started, they're like, I really need to do this. It's like, okay, you don't become a farmer because you're hungry. You become a farmer because you want to do good. You want to, that's your passion. You want to, you believe and understand the law of reaping and sowing. But you don't become a farmer to grow corn because you want popcorn tonight. Probably not a good idea. If you want popcorn tonight, go to the store, get your popcorn. If you want to grow your own corn, start now. So next year, you can start harvest those crops and start processing that corn so you can have popcorn in the winter. You don't do it now in order to get the rewards next week. You do the work now in order to get the results later. You got to change your mindset now. I look back at some of the Facebook posts that I've had from years ago, 2011, 2012. And I started doing the work on my mind back then, and it's just now starting to reap the benefits. I'm just starting to now manifest what I was talking about back then. God's got to bring you through some stuff in order to callous you, in order to grow you, in order for you to be ready for the things that are coming to you. Like I was talking to a friend of mine. You can't walk in the gym, flabby, all out of shape, and your goal is to lift 500 pounds, and you expect that next week. No, because on day 3, you're like, man, forget this. I'm sore. I don't want to do this anymore. Well, then your goal wasn't big enough. Your dream wasn't big enough to lift 500 pounds. In order to get to where you're going, you're going to have to go through some crap. You're going to have to deal with the struggle. I apologize. My lawnmower people are outside, but you're going to have to deal with it. But if your goal's strong enough, if your dream's strong enough, start in your own house. Start taking care of the things in your own mind. Tend to your own garden. Put the things into your field that you need. Put the things into your mind that you're going to need to grow. Start hoarding positivity into your life so that when the storms come, you're able to grow through it. That's the type of stuff that you need to do. Those are the types of things that you need to do. This whole coronavirus thing, holy crap. There's been positive that's come from it. There's been a whole lot of negative that's come from it. People being straight, excuse the expression, shitting towards each other. And they're doing this and that. And people calling the cops because somebody's out walking their dog. That's like, man, pay attention to what the heck you're doing. If you're going to do things, do it because you want to do it. Don't worry about what other people are doing, because as soon as you start looking this way, you're not focused this way. And this is the way that you want to be going. So if you're paying attention to everybody else, you're not getting your own thing done. And, in a car, yes, you're going down the road, you look left, you look right, you look behind you in the rear view mirror, you check your side view mirrors, you look over your shoulder, but you don't drive like this. It doesn't happen because you ain't going to get anywhere. You're not going to get, I don't care if you have all the great instructions of the world. If you are looking backwards, if you're looking and paying attention to the car next to you, you will either run off the road. I don't care what good of a GPS system you have. You're either going to run off the road or you're going to run into somebody because you ain't paying attention to what you're doing. Focus on yourself. This is a time where you can actually be selfish and say, you know what? It's not about what anybody else is going to do for me. It's about what am I going to do for myself? What am I doing to check myself to get to the goal that I say that I want? What books are you reading? What positive influences are you putting into your mind? What lessons are you reaching out to others that are successful, not even just in your field, but just in successful in general, that you can use to get to where you need to be? The leadership principles across any industry is the same. Leadership principles are always the same. The work might be different, but the principles are the same. The laws of success for everybody in every industry. Lawn mowing. These guys get out here and hustle. They get out there and do the work. They have somebody that they have to be dedicated, because if they don't show up to their client's house to do the work that they're supposed to do, they're going to lose that contract. If they don't get out there and at least knock on a few doors or throw some signs out or do some marketing or do some networking, they ain't going to get any business for those guys to work. So they got to control the things that they have to control, just like you have to control the things that you have to control. And that is making sure that you put yourself around positive people, around people that are going to be influential, people that are going to support you, people that are going to love you, and people that are going to hold you accountable. Drag your butt or kick your butt when you're not doing the things that you say that you want to do. Yeah, success is hard. Get over it. It's hard because not everybody's going to do it. Not everybody's going to put in the work to get the job done. Are you going to do the work to get the job done? How bad do you want it? Are you willing to sacrifice some nights, some weekends, running some later days? Work, instead of going out and doing some things, are you willing to sacrifice some free time to do some marketing, to work on a website or to work on a new business card that you can hand out to people? It's great to work on all those things, but when you get them and you don't use them, that's like a carpenter that has all the tools in the world, state-of-the-art tools, but don't put themselves out there to get the jobs. What's the point? The tools are going to rust. You're going to forget how to use them. And then at the end of the day, you'll sell them off to somebody else that's going to use them. And you're going to have to sell them for less than what you freaking paid for them. It's not worth it. And the person that's buying them is going to get double of the results from it because they bought it at a cheaper rate. Anyways, guys, you can do it. You can do whatever you set your mind to. My mom used to say it all the time. They weren't they were good examples of it. But oftentimes people get sucked into you can do whatever you want, you can be whatever you want. But then when you step out the box and start doing it, people start hating on you for it. It's like, well, wait a minute. You told me that if I got educated and I did the things that I was supposed to do and I put my nose to the grindstone and I focused on my goal and I focused on my dream and it took me outside the neighborhood and it took me out to different places so I could be more influential in a bigger footprint, and now you're going to give me flack about it? Whatever. And that's how it is. It's like, whatever, man. Don't forget where you came from, but doesn't mean you have to live there still. Move on. Grow beyond where you think you can go. I firmly believe that the things that God has blessed us with, the dreams and the righteous desires of our heart, He's also given us the ability to learn everything that we need to learn in order to make that happen. But we have to learn it first. We have to be willing to step outside of our box to get the knowledge, get the information that we need in order to get and realize those dreams and those results. So enjoy this rest of this awesome day. Things are starting to open up in the world. Make the best of it. Don't be stupid. Here in Florida, the beaches are starting to open up again, and it's open for running, recreation, not lounging. Don't be stupid. Don't put anybody else in danger. If you can stay home, stay home. But if you need to run out, do your thing, go to the grocery store, visit somebody that needs to be visited, take care of that, get your butt back home, grind it out, man. This is the opportunity for you to make some hay while the sun is shining. Some people are going to focus on it's too hot and they don't want to get out in the field. And some people are like, it's hot. Let's cut this freaking hay, this grass down and make some hay. So that in the next season, when all the people are looking for hay to feed their herds, you've got it. The opportunity is now. Harvest time is later. Do the work now and you'll reap the results that you want later. So again, thank you for visiting the page, Burrows Motivation. Check me out on Instagram and Facebook, Burrows Motivation. And also, again, like, share, subscribe, and do comment. I do appreciate the comment. So with that, I'm signing off. You guys have a great rest of the day. We'll talk to you soon.